So here we are. It is 20 to 7 on January the 8th, and for the first time since Boxing Day I'm docked to the station. I finally made it back. I was going to head straight to 69 Gamma Carini, but I decided to just come here and make sure that my ship was properly decked out to withstand everything. So after all that lot, ship integrity at 54%, my modules and everything are all still at 100%. Never had to use my repair thing. Paintwork's down to 53, big deal, let's go and fucking pay that, you know. And ship integrity is now back up to 100%, even though all I seemed to do was the paint. Oh, right, now to the outfitting. This is the ship that I took out there. I kept some armaments, just the small pulse lasers, but the medium hardpoints were empty. Everything else, the fuel scoop, an A6. Yeah, I had the G4 planetary vehicle hangar. This is why I was particularly worried. Shield generator was only an A3. What I'm going to do now is get rid of it, and I'm going to put a proper, I'll also get rid of that, I'm going to put a proper shield into here. It will be an A6. I don't care about the fucking price. Shield generator A6, 14 million. Oh, so my ship is now properly defended. We'll bung an A4 or an A5 rather, fuel scoop in there. And then we'll just stick a bog standard G2 planetary vehicle hangar on, so I'm only going to have the one vehicle bay now. Oh dear. So in fact my balance went up as a result of that. The fuel tank I think can go. In fact I'm not sure I even needed it at all. But I still don't know what to put in its place, so fuck it, we'll keep it there for now. Hyperspace range has already dropped. I'm not fussed about that. We'll stick a couple of cannons on here so I can always sell them and change the loadout again for when I next go on a long distance exploration run. I can guarantee you that will not be for a fucking long time. Right, shall I stick a shield booster on as well? Fuck it, yes I will. That little bit extra. Right, let's just sort those out. Right, so goes 5, fuel scoops 5, light sort 1, that's a 3, that's a 3, I think that's everything. Yep. Right, now I'm not going to sell any of my data here, but let's see, take a look at some of what I've got. So this first page is worth 1.4 million. That's the system that had the neutron star in Jellyfish Nebula. So that one system alone was worth 143,000. My highest is, well, that's a good one, 236,000. My highest is 268,646. I'm fairly sure I'm going to end up beating that, but not on that page. So the next page is only worth 484,000. I'm sure there are going to be plenty though that are worth far more than that. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with going through all of them. Needless to say, there are a hell of a lot. See, this page is worth 1.1 million. And there are, say, there's probably a whole slew of firsts in amongst all this lot. When it eventually decides to show. There you go, so this one is worth just under 1.5 million. There's one, that's a new high, 334,492. So, yeah, well, needless to say, I've got a fucking hell of a lot. But before I sell any of that, my next stop is 69 Gamma Carinae to get the Crom permit. So anyway, I made it back. Now to sell it all and see what that does for me with regards to the game. My profits from exploration is currently at 38.1 million. I have no idea what that will be by the time I finish selling all of this lot. Needless to say, I'll do a video once I have sold it all. So in the meantime, that is this very long exploration mission finally at an end. So now go away. Right, well there you see, Pioneer has been reached. I still have plenty more data to sell. And round about now, well, as you can see, profits from exploration is at 56.9 million, so it's even lower than I was told. But round about now, I would be showing you the animation from the notification here, which would be pretty good to see on the on the video. Indeed, it would have been nice if I'd been able to see it. But while I've been selling the data at the various stations in order to get the permits, I've just rebooted after the 4th crash to desktop while selling all my data. Now that never happened prior to this recent update. Of course, I was out exploring when this recent update came along, so I had no idea that this issue existed. But yeah, it is, well, very much apparent to me that the Elite Dangerous servers can't cope with the amount of data I am selling. And I only went to Crab Nebula and then, well, you know the route I took and the various nebulae that I visited on the way back. And yet, whenever I'm selling data, if there is supposed to be an update to like my stats, the game crashes to desktop because it can't keep up with the data I'm selling. It can't handle it. And all I am doing is selling data. I mean, okay, I do have an awful lot of firsts. I'm averaging about 40 firsts per page. But this is taking the piss. If that's what it's like for someone who's just gone to the Crab Nebula and back, what the fucking hell is it going to be like for somebody who's gone out to Sagittarius A not out? It's fucking taking the piss. The last crash to desktop I had happened because I sold just 2 pages. That was it. So okay, yeah, I made it to Pioneer and I'm pleased about it, but the whole thing's been soured because, well, I was quite keen to see the animation because the exploration rank increase is the only animation I've not seen. So I was interested in seeing what that was like. But I missed it. I mean, I saw the notification come up and I heard the sounder tell me that, you know, I'd got it. But before I had the chance to look at it, crash to desktop happened. So they've had 4 crash reports from me in the space of, what, 2 hours, maybe less than that. And yeah, each one is, or gets more and more worded in the way that I would like to say it to their face. I'm sure you can figure out what that means. But this really does sum up Frontier Developments. Someone has done a long exploration run. I'm now at the stage where I'm actually, reaping the rewards of that long and extremely boring trip. And the game is so fucked up that it's ruining even this. So, anyway, I'm gonna persevere. And once I've sold all the data, and fuck knows how many more crashes to desktop that's going to result in, plus any permits I can get, I'll do a final SP and show you where I'm at. So back when there is something to come back to. Right, well, after 5 crashes to desktop while selling data because the servers couldn't cope with the amount of firsts that I was getting, I have finally sold almost everything. So I had 33 pages. Every single page had multiple firsts. The lowest number of firsts on a page was 26 and the highest was 87. I averaged about 35 firsts per page, which ain't bad. The net result is that I am now Pioneer and 10% towards the next rank, which is of course Elite. I did start selling some of the data in Imperial space, hoping that it would count towards the rank. Unfortunately it doesn't. It counts towards your reputation. My reputation had decayed to 75% friendly. So it's now gone up by another 8% to now allied at 83%. But nevertheless, that trip took me from, what was I, 50... I can't remember what bloody rank I was now. It was Ranger, I think I was about 54%, I think. Anyway, so from 54% Ranger to 10% Pioneer. That's quite a jump for one trip. So I was quite pleased about that. With regards to permits, there's some new ones. Surprise, surprise. I now have 25 of them. Or to put it another way, I have all of them. Or all the ones that are in the game at the moment, except for that bullshit one that you have to get through CQC. So I now have the permits for Sol, Hors, LTT 198, that's the first of the new ones, Beta Hydrae, Van Marnenstar, Nestrond, Summerland for Cheche, Achenar, Terramata, Jotun, PLX 695, Peregrina, Pymensi, it's the second of the new ones, Exbure, Crom, the third of the new ones, Tiliala, Ross 128, Fector, Hodak is the last of the new ones, Sirius, Alios Vega, Lloydton 347-14, and Founders World. So for me, permits are done. Okay, if I get exceptionally bored, I may have a... No, actually, no, I'm not going to have a go at getting that CQC one. You've got to get rank 50, then the Prestige, and then go back to rank 1 again. That would mean having to play CQC for a fucking hell of a long time. I think I'm something like level 7 or 8 in it. So, no, I don't fancy that. So my final exploration stats after all that lot is systems visited 4,072, profits from exploration 66.4 million, level 2 detailed scans are still 608, level 3 detailed scans have gone up just a bit to 38,229, highest payout has more than doubled to 542,059. Total height space distance of 130,116. Total height space jumps 8,457. Max distance from the start, well, that's been established for a little while now, 6,947. Approximate time played, SRV distance travelled 623 kilometres. So that is the net result. Well, also the balance is now up to 138.5 million. So I made, actually I didn't make as much as I thought I would. I thought I was on course for about 40 million in profits. In fact, I made more than half that. I made, I think it's about 28 million I made. Which is, you know, not exactly a terrible amount. But as I say, the thing was soured by the constant disconnections because the server couldn't cope with the amount of firsts I was getting. And it meant that I couldn't see the animation up there. Ankle, I'm asking me if I'm doing a video, but yeah, I couldn't see the animation there to you know, for reaching Pioneer, which pissed me off because I was quite interested to see what that was like because I haven't seen any of the exploration animations there, and I'm not likely to see it again for quite some time because, well, now that I am Pioneer 10%, it's going to take a hell of a lot to get from there to the next rank, which of course is Elite. And I am certainly not doing any long distance exploration trips for a while yet. On top of that, I still have one more system to sell, LHS 1217 for 11,549. I'm too close to it at the moment, so I can't keep forgetting that fucking thing. So yeah, I'm too close to it, so I can't sell it. I'll show you whereabouts I am. I'm in LTT 982. Looks like Ankerlime is down near where I've got my ships based. Yep, he's at Nahat. So that is it. That is the end of that long distance exploration. Well, yeah, the end of it, because now I've cashed everything in, got the rewards for it. So I thought I would get more, but I certainly am not complaining about, you know, I wanted to reach Pioneer, I've done that, I've got 10% past it. My profits from explorations have shot up. My level 3 detailed scans have just gone through the fucking roof. Highest payout has doubled. You know, my max distance from the start nearly trebled. Total hyperspace distance shot up. I think I did about 17, maybe even 18,000 light years on that trip. It was a success. It's as simple as that. So I guess, well, for one thing, I can now head to Nahat and finally get back into the Imperial Cutler. I'm sick of this fucking ass, but I'll be glad to put it in the fucking garage for a bit. So yeah, that's well, that's the final end of this epic expedition. So fuck knows what the next video will be about, but I'm sure that it will contain more you know, bollocks from Frontier Developments. So until then, go away.